Welcome to Module 1, Part 5 of Reclaiming Happiness. My name is Anna F. and I'm your tutor. Let's discuss the impact of consumerism in society. Consumerism is everywhere, shaping not only what we buy, but also how we see ourselves and others. And today we're going to explore the deeper social implications of consumerism, how it influences identity, lifestyle, and social status. By the end of this lesson, you will have a clearer understanding of how consumer culture operates and how it subtly, and sometimes not so subtly, shapes our values, behaviors, and interactions. Let's start with identity. Have you ever thought about why you buy certain things? Well, the truth is that we don't just buy products, we buy what they represent. The brands that we choose, the styles that we wear, the cars we drive, all of these are ways of telling the world who we are, or at least who we want to be. Luxury brands, for example, are often linked to exclusivity and status. And when someone buys a designer handbag or a high-end watch, it's not just about function. It's about signaling something to others. And nowhere is this more obvious than on social media. Everywhere we look, we see curated lifestyles, influencers promoting products, and aspirational images that make us feel like if we just had that thing, we'd be happier, more successful, or even more loved. But there's a downside. When our identity is tied too closely to what we own, we can fall into a cycle of always needing more. We start to feel like we have to update our wardrobe, our gadgets, our entire lifestyle just to keep up. And that can create feelings of inadequacy and anxiety, even low self-esteem. Understanding this connection between identity and consumption can help us break free from patterns that don't serve us. So let's think critically about the messages that we receive and the choices that we make. Now let's talk about lifestyle. Consumer culture doesn't just tell us what to buy, it tells us how to live. Take fast fashion, for example. It is designed to make us buy more often. Trends change so quickly that we feel the pressure to keep up, even if this means treating clothes as disposables. And beyond fashion, we see the same thing with technology, with home decor, and even food delivery services. Everything is geared towards convenience and instant gratification. And there is a cost to this way of living. We end up consuming more than we actually need, and we appreciate things way less because they're so easy to replace. And over time, this mindset fuels a throwaway culture, one that prioritizes short-term satisfaction over long-term value. And here's another piece of the puzzle. Consumerism teaches us that success is measured by material wealth. The house, the car, the vacations, the designer clothes, these become symbols of achievement. And that can create pressure to spend beyond our means just to maintain an image. And the result? Financial stress, debt, and a never-ending race to keep up. Finally, let's talk about social status. In many societies, what you own determines how you're perceived. High-end brands and luxury items become status symbols, and people invest heavily in them to elevate their social standing. But this creates a competitive atmosphere, one where we feel the need to prove our worth through consumption. And here's where it gets even more complicated. Not everyone has equal access to this kind of consumption, because people with more financial resources can afford to buy into these status symbols, while others might feel excluded or left behind entirely. This creates social divide, reinforces inequality, and deepens the pressure to conform. It's not just about material goods either. It's also about experiences, the right restaurants, the right vacations, the right events. All of these become markers of status. And when we start measuring ourselves by these external standards, it's easy to lose sight of what actually brings us fulfillment. So, what do we do with all of this? Well, we start by becoming more aware. Consumerism isn't inherently good or bad, but it is powerful. It shapes our identities, our lifestyles, and our social structures. And the more we understand it, the more control we have over our choices. Instead of letting marketing and social pressures dictate what we buy, we can make more intentional, conscious decisions. We can step away from the cycle of consumption and ask ourselves, do I really need this? Why do I even want this? Is this adding real value to my life? And by doing this, we reclaim our power, and that, my dear, is a crucial step towards reclaiming happiness. In our next lesson, we're going to take this a step further and talk about globalization and consumer culture. So stay tuned. And just a reminder that this video was made possible thanks to Ai-Tutor, an incredible and powerful tool for students and educators worldwide. Check it out if you haven't done so yet. And please stay connected and follow me here and on Instagram, where I share lifestyle content to support your strive for happiness in this busy, busy world. I am artistanna.f there. And I will see you in the next video. Meanwhile, let's continue challenging the systems that hold us back and work towards a future where happiness, style, and self-image belong to you.